Kelly Nelson here with March Wellness, and we're going to be doing a Pilates class in full body flow. Here with me I have my mom Lori, and she's going to be demonstrating the beginner versions of the exercises. So if you're at that beginner level or just feeling like taking it a little easy today, you can follow her on the darker mat with the lighter colored shirt. And here on my right side, I have my sister Erin, and she's going to be demonstrating the intermediate and advanced versions of the exercise here on this brighter colored mat with the darker colored clothes. So if you're feeling like going to that advanced level, then go ahead and follow her. So we're going to start standing up. We're going to take our feet about hips width apart, and we're just going to let those arms hang down by our sides. And we're just going to roll the shoulders up and back and down. And let's just do that 2 more times, just taking some deep breaths in. And just let those shoulders fall back and down here. And then deep breath in, rolling the body down, chin to chest. Let the chest curl forwards, pulling the belly in. And we want to have a soft knee here as we roll the body down, keeping equal weight between the front and back of the feet. And then when we come down, take a deep breath in, the knees are a little bent. Exhale, scoop the belly, push into the feet, rolling the body slowly up, keeping those arms heavy. Stacking the spine tall, letting those shoulders fall, taking a deep breath in. And then we're just going to come one more time. So now you can come to the back of your mat, and we're going to roll all the way down. Same thing, tucking chin towards chest, curling the spine, scooping the belly, keeping knees a little bit bent. And then we're going to place the hands on the floor, walk those hands forwards onto the mat, dropping the knees down onto the mat, and just coming into our cat position. So the knees are going to be directly below the hips, and I'm going to have Lori come forward a little bit and Erin come back a little bit so we can just see both of their bodies. Perfect. And then we're going to inhale here, just filling those ribs with air. And as we exhale, we're just going to tuck the tail under. So scooping the belly and rounding just the lower back. And then as we inhale, just flattening out that low back again. Exhale, scooping the belly and tucking the tail to get that nice roundness in the low back. And inhale, flattening. We're going to do that 3 more times. Exhaling to scoop that lower belly, tucking the tail. And inhale, flattening back into our neutral. And last 2, exhale, feeling a little stretch coming through that lower back. Inhale, flattening. And one more time, exhale, scoop and rounding through that lower back. And inhale, coming back to our flat neutral. Now exhale that air out. We're going to inhale and extend through the upper back now, lifting the chest, pulling those shoulders down our sides, and then exhale and round that upper back. So drawing the chest bone in. And then we're going to inhale and extend up, looking forwards with the shoulders pulling down our sides, away from the ears. And then exhale, pulling the chest bone up into the body, feeling that stretch through the upper back. And then inhale, extending, shoulders coming down our sides. And exhale, scooping and rounding. So we're going to try to isolate just the upper back and spine on this one. And let's go for 3 more. Inhale to extend that upper back. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, extend. And exhale, round. And then we'll just come back to our neutral position, our natural flat back. And then we're going to come into a sitting position. So you can just swing your legs around in front of you. Let's have you scooch forwards a little bit onto your mat. Yep, perfect. Or you can scoot a little bit more forward for me. And you can come a little bit more forward. Perfect. And then let's bring our feet out in front of us. Our footprints flat on the floor. Beautiful. And then we're going to grab the backs of our thighs. Lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath in here, and we're gonna do the same thing from our sitting position. So scooping the belly and just tucking the tail and rolling back just a couple inches. And then inhale and extend back up tall, sitting position. Exhale, roll and round back just a few. And inhale, lengthening nice and tall. Exhale, scooping and tucking that tail. And inhale, extending up nice and tall. Let's go for 3 more times here, scooping the belly. That lower body, inhale, extending up tall. And last 2, exhale, scoop and round. Inhale, extend. And on this last one, we're coming all the way down. So start halfway down, roll and curl. Inhale, let go of those legs. Reach those arms out in front of you. Inhale again. Exhale, rolling all the way down, flattening through sacrum, upper back, and then we can reach those arms straight up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and adjust yourself on your mat. Beautiful. We'll have you come forward a little bit more. Beautiful. And then from here, we're just gonna let those shoulders reach up towards the ceiling, off the floor, and then let them settle down into the mat. Feeling a nice open chest. And then walk those shoulders and shoulder blades down, away from the ears. Beautiful. And then we're gonna go opposition. One arm comes up by the ear, one arm goes down by your side, and then switch. And switch. And switch. And we're just starting to get a little bit more deep and long into our breath. Inhaling through the nose. Feeling the ribs stretch and exhaling through the nose and the mouth. And as that arm comes up, the shoulder presses down our side. Beautiful. And 3. And 2. And 1 more each way. Beautiful. And then just bring those arms back up. We'll turn the palms facing away from you and let those palms float all the way down by your sides. Now coming into our pelvic tilt. So we're gonna rock those hips forwards, arching that lower back, creating that little space under the sacrum. And then exhale and scoop the belly, flattening that lower back into the floor. Good. Inhale, rocking forwards. And exhale, scooping and flattening. Good. Inhale, tilting forwards. And exhale, scooping that lower belly. So you're feeling your lower back, your lower obliques, your lower abdominals, and just becoming aware of any other sensations that are going on in the body. Maybe your glutes are starting to squeeze a little bit as you posterior tilt and flatten that sacrum. And just letting that chest stay open, letting those shoulders melt back into the mat. 2 more times here. And we'll go into our bridge. 1 more just with the pelvic tilt. And then on this last one, we're gonna tilt back. We're gonna push into our feet and roll our spine all the way up into that bridge. We're looking for tailbone tilting up and the ribs heavy sinking down. As we exhale, again, we start with the ribs lowering down and then the belly and rolling all the way down through the tailbone. And we're gonna tilt forwards into our tilt. Take an inhale and exhale, scoop and roll it up. Remember to keep a little bit of tether in those inner thighs so that the knees aren't falling out to the sides. Keep your breath flowing. And imagine it's like a wave rolling back down nice and smooth. Beautiful. We're gonna go 2 more times, and then for those of you that wanna add on to this one, you can watch Aaron in the front to add on. Squeezing into those glutes, deepening into the belly here, letting those ribs stay heavy towards the mat. And exhaling to roll that spine back down. Inhale. Exhale, deepening that belly, rolling up, keeping those inner thighs turned on. And then we're going to hold it here. Now, for those of you who are following Lori, you're going to lift your right heel off the floor. If you're following Erin, you're going to come to tabletop with your right leg, meaning you're going to really drive through that left heel. And then we're going to put that right foot all the way flat down again. And then you're going to lift your left heel or your left leg all the way up. And then replace that left foot all the way flat. And then switching sides. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower. Exhale to switch. Inhale to lower. And 3 more times for each side. So when that one foot comes down, you're really pressing into that foot as the other leg or heel is lifting up. Trying to make sure that those hips are not rocking from side to side, but they're staying nice and even and equal. Let's do one more time for each side, scooping that belly towards the spine. Beautiful. We're breathing. And then both feet flat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, dropping the ribs, rolling that spine all the way down. And then we'll bring those knees up to the chest, rocking into that lower back side to side, round and round into some little circles. Beautiful job, ladies. And we're going to stagger just a little bit more here. So we're going to have you rotate out just a tiny bit more and slide you forward and rotate this way just a little bit more. Perfect. So we're going to come into our chest lift next. So you're in your same position on your back, knees bent. Beautiful. Yes, now we can see everybody's full bodies. Gorgeous. So we want to find that hips distance with our feet and our knees. And then we're going to take another second just to come back into our neutral pelvic position. And then we're going to take our hands, interlace those fingers, and bring them behind the head and the neck. And let's just take a second to stretch the chest. Bring the elbows across towards your face, and then let them open up all the way. Close them in, feel the pecs tighten, and then open them and stretch. So you're just feeling tightness across your chest here, and then across your upper back here. And we're just gonna flap those elbows a couple more times. Beautiful. 3, and 2, and 1 more. And now we find our neutral halfway in between those open and closed elbows. So about 45 degrees here. And then we want to find our shoulder support through our lats, pulling nice and tight in those armpit muscles. Take our deep breath in and slowly lifting the head, the chest, the shoulder blades off of the floor. Inhale, hold your lift. Exhale, lowering that head, chest back down. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, lifting that head and chest. Trying to keep that tailbone dropped down, not flattening through the sacrum. Exhaling to lower it back down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Good. Inhale, holding that lift. Exhaling to roll it back down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale, rolling back down. Now, watching Erin to add on to this next one. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to hold. And then you can lower down or you can lift a little bit higher here. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lowering all the way back down. So we'll go in sets of 3. If you're going with Lori, you'll just lift and lower your head and chest with each rep. And if you're going with Erin here, you're gonna lift and lift and lift before we lower. So take your big inhale here. Exhale to lift. Slow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And rolling back down. Gorgeous. We're going to do that one last time. Big breath in. Exhale, lifting up, keeping that neutral pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, rolling it back down. Gorgeous. And then let's go arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other again. Just let those arms go up and down, a little stretch and recovery here. Beautiful work. We're going to go into our chest lift with rotation here, not too much rest now. Bring those hands back behind your head and neck. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting that head and chest up, keeping your neutral pelvis. Now, everyone will lift their left arm up as they inhale. We're going to rotate and reach across towards that right side. Inhale back through the center, switching your arms. The right arm lifts up, and exhale to reach across towards that opposite side, lifting a little more as you go. Inhale back through the center, and now you can rest your head in between if you like. If you're following Erin, you're going to keep your head lifted. Left arm reaching up, rotating across, back through the center. Inhaling here, exhaling, right arm across. Inhaling center, and then lowering back down or keeping the head and chest lifted. Exhaling to lift back across towards that right side. Inhaling center, exhaling right. Across towards that left side. Inhale, center. Lowering down or keeping that chest lifted. We'll go one more time. Left arm reaching up, rotating right. Inhale, center. Right arm reaching up, lifting higher as we rotate. Inhale, center. And then we'll roll that body down and relax it. Beautiful work. Now we're going to reach those arms up one more time, and then very carefully just reaching them out to a T position with palms facing upwards. Lori's going to come onto her tiptoes, and Erin will come into full tabletop position. Now here, if you want, you can flatten your lower back for more support for that low back, or you can challenge it, keep it in that neutral position. That's totally up to you and how you're feeling for that day. So we're going to come into our supine twist. So that left hip is going to initiate and lift, and we're going to let those legs tip towards the right side of the room just a few inches, and then we scoop that belly back to the center and flatten. And now we're going to tip towards the left side of the room and scoop that belly back to the center. And then we're tipping back. So we're just alternating sides. Inhale to one side, exhale, scooping the belly center. Inhale across, and exhale, center. Now, Lori, if you'd like to come to tabletop, you can come to tabletop with this. Exhale, scooping center. Erin, we're going to extend those legs straight up, lifting and rotating, trying to keep those knees and feet lined up with each other. Gorgeous work, ladies. Lift and rotate. Scooping that belly back to the center, reaching long through those arms. Beautiful work. We have two more for each side. Exhale, scooping that belly deep, coming center. Gorgeous. Last one each direction, lifting as we rotate. Coming back to the center. And one last time. And back to the center. Now keep those legs in tabletop. So Erin will come back to tabletop. Lori will keep those legs in tabletop. We're going to try to squeeze those thighs all the way together. Flatten into that lower back. Lori will drop one foot down. Erin will drop both feet down towards the floor just until that low back wants to come up, and then we lift both legs back up. And then Lori will switch sides, and Erin will continue dropping both legs down. Keep going. You got it. Exhale, scooping that belly. Gorgeous. Lifting back up. Exhale to scoop. Inhale to lower. Exhale to scoop. And if you're getting tired towards the end of this set, you might not go too far down. You might make that range a little bit smaller, not quite so far down towards the floor. Good, we've got 2 more for each side. Gorgeous, keeping that low back pulling really nice and flat into the mat. Erin's keeping both of those legs really glued together here. And Lori's got 1 more on that left side. And then we draw those knees all the way up and into that chest, relaxing that low back. Beautiful work. So let's come onto our side. We'll face the front. And you can just rest your head onto your arm. And we're going to come into a little bit of side leg lifting here. So the bottom leg can be bent or straight. I'm going to have Lori do the bent leg on the bottom because that's going to just help you to not wobble around. And then Erin will keep the leg straight. That's going to challenge your stability to stay on your side a little bit. And then we're going to start by lifting the top leg up to the same height as your hip. And we really want to reach long through that leg. And then we're going to take our rib cage and we're going to lift that rib cage up. So you almost can see that little space underneath the ribs. Gorgeous. And then we're going to reach the top shoulder down. The top hip reaches away out from the body. And then we're going to just lift that top leg up 1 teeny inch. And then back down. And lengthen as we lift. Gorgeous. And this is 3. And you can put your hand on your hip if you'd like. You can put your hand on the floor for more stability and more support. Going for 5. Reaching long. And last 3. And 2. And 1 more here. Hold. Now we're going to kick the leg forwards 2 times with that flexed foot, just straight forwards. And then point the toes and kick it back 2 times. Gorgeous. So you can take it in a slightly smaller range of motion here, or you can take it as far forward as you can, scooping that belly, trying to keep those hips nice and stacked. Gorgeous, ladies. Inhale, kicking back. Exhale, kicking forward. 2. We've got 2 more for each direction. Here is 2 and 2. Last one here. And back. And relax it. Tap that hip out a little bit. Take a quick breather. And then we're going to stack both legs on top of each other. Both legs straight out. And if you'd like, you can kick both legs a little bit forward toward the front edge of your mat. That's just going to protect your back a little bit more. Top arm, again, can reach down your side to remind that shoulder to stay down, or on the mat to support and stabilize you. And then the bottom leg is going to start by reaching really long. It's going to squeeze up into the top leg. We're going to lift both legs up, taking our deep breath in. Exhale, lifting those legs up a little higher. Now you can lose that space under the rib cage, and we're just going to lower those legs halfway and lift right back up. Inhale to lower, and exhale to lift. We're feeling some tightness here in that oblique, and we're reaching our shoulder and our rib cage down towards our hip as we lift those legs. We're scooping our belly in towards the spine, and we're breathing out and in. 3 more here, and 2, and 1 more time. Hold those legs up. Now, bottom leg is going to tap towards the floor, top leg's going to lift up, kind of like a little scissor. And then both legs will squeeze together. Open and squeeze. Open and squeeze. And 7. And 6. And 5. Gorgeous. 4. And lengthen. shoulders down. Last 2. And 1 more here. Squeezing those legs all the way together, reaching the legs really long. Scoop that belly in. Let's roll the shoulder down and back. If you feel like maybe you could lift that top arm all the way up towards the ceiling, balancing. Holding here. And we're going to reach this arm all the way up. Gorgeous. Hold 3 and 2 and relax it. Beautiful work, ladies. Now we're going to roll onto our belly before we come to the other side. We'll do a little back extension. So we're going to start with our arms right down by our sides. Yep, go ahead and just face the head this way. We'll do all the same for this one. Variations here are just not move any pain of the low back. We want to always make sure to keep the legs down on the floor. We're going to take our arms actually long down by our sides with palms facing up. Now the nose will point towards the floor. We're going to inhale and lift the chest up, floating the arms off the floor and opening the chest. And then exhale and lowering back down. Inhale and lift. And exhale and lowering back down. Gorgeous. Scoop the belly up. Inhale, lift. And exhale to lower. Gorgeous. Continuing here, inhale to lift. We roll the shoulders open. And exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift. And exhale to lower. Now we're going to add on here. Lori will keep lifting and lowering. Erin is going to scoop that belly and tuck the tail. We're going to inhale and lift, rolling the shoulders back. And then she's just going to pump those arms and hold and pump and pump. And we're inhaling and exhaling and inhaling. Gorgeous. Exhaling. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and relax it. Palms come down under the shoulders. We'll press back to child's pose or cat stretch, whatever is your favorite. Scoop that belly toward the spine. Just let those heels sink towards the hips sink towards the heels if you're doing your child's pose. If the knees hinging too much is the issue, you can stay in your cat stretch. And we're going to have Lori just come up and demonstrate a quick cat stretch here if the bending of the knees is too much of an issue. And you're just going to draw the belly in here and really feel that stretch through the lower back there. Gorgeous work. 2 more nice deep breaths there. And then let's turn ourselves around to our other side. We'll stay facing the front. How are we feeling, ladies? Good. Wonderful. Okay, perfect. So let's start with our single leg lifting. We'll have it lifted to hip height, and then we'll create that little space underneath our rib cage by tightening through here, scooping that belly in, and drawing that top shoulder down. And then we'll lengthen that leg as we lift it just 1 more inch. And then lowering down 1 inch. And lift and lower. And you'll notice they have different positions of the feet. That's really up to you on this one. I teach it different ways, different days. Sometimes we'll have it reaching through the heel. If you get really tight in your hamstrings, I'll have you push through the toes to relieve a little bit of that tension. Sometimes if you can't feel your glute squeezing, reaching through your heel will help you to feel that glute squeezing. So that's really up to you and how your body's feeling that day. We've got 3 more here, ladies. And 2. And 1 more time, we're gonna hold it. And we're keeping our foot flexed, and we're gonna sweep that leg forwards 2 little pulses, you got it. And then as we kick back, we'll point 2 pulses. Gorgeous. And it doesn't have to be big, but we wanna keep that body nice and stable as we kick. Kick and kick. Kick, 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 and kick, kick. 3 more times. Gorgeous. And 2. 1 more time. Forward and back and relax. Nice job. Tap that hip out. And we'll come into our double leg lift. So both legs straight, both legs maybe slightly reaching forwards if you need that relief for your back. That's totally optional. Top arm either on the floor to support or reaching down your side or on your hip for a little bit of challenge to that stability. Scooping the belly toward the spine, really reaching through those legs. We lift both legs up, keeping that inner thigh squeeze. Take your inhale. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Inhale here, lowering halfway. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Inhale and exhale to lift. Gorgeous. And we want to make sure that we're not letting this top hip roll back as we lift. So we're keeping those hips stacked directly one over the other. Think about lengthening those legs. Think about bottom leg squeezing up into the top leg as you lift. Let's go for 3. And 2. And one more time here. You can hold it, and then we open those legs up. Bottom leg drops down, top leg lifts up, and then we squeeze together. Open and squeeze, and 6. Gorgeous. 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2. Last one here. And relax it down. Beautiful. Tap that hip one more time. We're going to come onto the belly one last time for another back extension. We're almost finished here. You guys are doing awesome. So now we're going to come into a Y shape with those arms reaching nice and straight. You can come into a little bit wider of a shape if your neck and shoulders are really tight. A little bit more narrow is going to be a little bit more challenging. So Lori's going to demonstrate just the upper body version. Erin's going to demonstrate full body. So Erin's going to squeeze her glutes. She's going to float her legs up. Everybody's going to float their chest, their head, and their arms up off the floor. The shoulder blades are going to reach down the back. Gorgeous. Beautiful. And then we're just going to lower everything all the way back down. And then we're going to try to do that all at once this time. So Erin's going to squeeze the glutes, lifting the arms and legs. Lori will lift the upper back. Gorgeous. And then lowering back down here. Beautiful. We're going to do that 3 more times, and then we're going to add on here. Beautiful work. And when we lift, we keep that chin tucked. Our gaze is right down at the mat. Beautiful. We're only lifting until we feel that upper back, that lower back, and glutes if you're doing that full body position. Good. One more time here, and then the last one, we're going to hold it. So exhale, lower down. Make sure to tuck your belly, tuck the tail. Inhale to lift. And then we're going to raise the right arm a little higher, and Erin, you're going to lift your left leg a little too. And then we're going to lower that one down to that hover and switch. Left arm, maybe right leg. Lower and hover and switch. And lower, hover, and switch. And lower, hover, and switch. And lower, hover, and switch. And now we're going to pick up the pace and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful job, ladies. Come on back to your stretch of choice again. Erin will demonstrate cat pose. Lori will demonstrate her child's pose. Scooping that belly in to get that nice stretch on the upper and lower back. Letting those hips sink back towards the heels. Taking a deep breath in, feeling those ribs expanding as you inhale. Getting a great stretch for the upper back here. Exhale, just letting everything out. We'll take one more deep breath in. And now we're all going to sit our hips back to our child's pose. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right side of our mat. And we're going to really reach through that left arm and focus on a stretch through that left side of the body. Kind of breathing some extra air into that left rib cage. Gorgeous. Let's go one more deep breath. And then we'll walk those hands through the center and over to the left side of the mat. Really reaching extra with that right arm. Taking some deep breaths into that right side of the body. Really letting that rib cage expand with that breath. And one more nice deep breath in and out. Come on back to the center. We're going to finish with our push-up, and that'll be it. So come on to hands and knees. I'm going to just have you guys stagger a little bit more here. We'll have you come back and come forward. Again, you can watch out for Erin with the full plank position if you'd like. Hands will come a little bit wider here. We're going to scoop that chest bone a little bit, and as we shift the shoulders and hips forwards, we bend those elbows back towards the sides of the body a little bit and allowing the body to shift. Gorgeous. And pushing back up. Beautiful. Inhaling to lower down and exhaling to push back up. Beautiful. Let's go for a couple more times here. Inhaling to lower and exhaling to push back up. Really supporting with those abs. Beautiful work, ladies. Keeping those lats nice and tight in here as we come down. Nicely done. Let's go for 2 more times. Look at how beautiful. Their heads are staying lifted. They're not diving their face for the floor. Beautiful work. Go ahead and drop those knees. And then sit back. Take your stretch. Wonderful work. And then we'll shift back onto our hands. We're going to have Lori come straight into forward fold, and Erin will stop in a down dog just to take a quick stretch. So if your wrists are really sensitive, you can come through that down dog first, and then you can go straight into forward fold. So come into your down dog. And then you're just going to walk your hands towards your feet and walk your feet towards your hands. And then just let your head and your arms dangle down. Great. Bend those knees a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths in here, and we're going to have Erin walk feet and hands towards each other. Both knees bending, the feet rooting down into the floor. Deep breath in here. Exhale, scooping the belly toward the spine, rolling that spine all the way up. And then you guys can come all the way back here by me. Take a deep breath in, raising those arms up. Let them fall down. Let the shoulders settle down. Take a deep breath in, reaching up. Exhale, letting shoulders and arms fall down those sides. And one more time, reaching out, reaching up. Palms come together overhead. Palms come down to heart center. Give yourself a bow of thanks. And give yourselves high fives. Thank you for a wonderful workout. And thank you, ladies. Have a wonderful week. Thanks, guys.